Recording in progress.
He's careful as well.
Good morning, everyone. Let's call court to order. Today is Tuesday, March the 3rd, 2026, 9 a.m. Proof of posting, please.
The agenda was posted on Wednesday, February 25th, 2026 at 3:45 p.m.
Thank you. Let's stand brief for a moment of silence, and then we'll have the pledge for the flags.
Please join the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I Texas pledge. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, water and liberty.
Thank you. All right, at this time, if there's anyone here to speak to the court on business matters, please do so at this time. Come forward. If you would, give your name and address and what precinct you live in, and make your case. And we generally allow about 3 minutes for that. Thank you.
Good morning. My name's Angel Rojas. My address is 1475 Tom Ledbetter Road. It's off of Precinct 4. The reason I'm here today is that we have 11 acres out there that it used to be just raw land, hay, and we have converted that into a semi-soccer complex for right now, or something we're starting. My issue is that there's a gravel pit there, and the road is really bad. We've had Precinct 4 workers go out there and fix the road, go blade it, but all they put is flex base. So when these semi trucks come out, weighing 80,000 pounds, they crush that flex base, and it becomes dust. So when it gets wind, all that dust goes onto the ground, and we have about 300 to 400 kids go out there and practice soccer. They go out Monday, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Wednesdays. So what I've noticed is that when the kids are out there running around stomping, you're able to see all that dust, all that flex space dust. Is not just regular dust, it's that flex space dust going up. And we don't want nothing to happen to those kids. They're out there having fun. We created that place to where the kids could come out instead of being on their phone, on their TVs, or doing something else what they're not supposed to. They're out there training hard, having fun. We got parents there having fun, watching their kids, learning the sport. So I wanted to see if there's anything that you guys are able to help me. I've spoken with a couple people out in the planning and developing with the commissioner, precinct 4 secretary, to put some kind of materials, not just flex base. We've spoken about chip seal or something else. They're just saying it's kind of expensive, but it's something that we're trying to do for the community. So I want to see if you guys are able to give me or help me out with that. I know I've heard a couple of parents call up to the on the other side of planning and develop to see if there's something that could be helped out and be done. That's the reason that I'm here for. I'm just trying to see if we can get something to help us out right there.
Thank you very much.
All right? Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, anyone else?
Sarah Menarchik Leonard, 2797 Ross Road, Precinct 3. Little background, both my parents were educators. I'm an educator, retired. And I was taught at a very early age that truth can be a two-edged sword. I can't tell you how many times that sword came back on me, but because of that, I learned honesty. and I learned how important being honest is. I also learned how to take responsibility when you're wrong. I mean, it's easy to take responsibility when you're right, but it's difficult when you're hard. So what I'm going to say is very short and sweet and simple. I found out last Friday, I was looking at the agenda for today's meeting, and there was something on there about water projects. And because of the group that I'm involved with at Ross in opposing the proposed data center that's trying to be put in by Lacey Lakeview, when I see water anytime, I get a little edgy. I get a little nervous, right? So when I went through, I scrolled through the packet for the meeting today, the agenda packet, and I wasn't finding a particular piece that was with the agenda. So I emailed Dustin Chapman, and I said, I'm missing this. Can you provide or can you tell me something about it? So that was on Friday. I have to admit, tired eyes on that particular night when I was looking at that, I overlooked the piece. And so I'm here publicly to apologize to Dustin Chapman and say, hey, buddy, I don't know if you're looking at this right now, maybe you'll see it later, but I apologize for any extra work I might have given you, because when I looked again over the weekend, I did find the piece. So it was included, it was not eliminated, it was not left out. So thank you for your time, Judge Felton, commissioners,
Very kind of.
appreciate you
very kind
being
of.
here.
Thank you. I have to apologize to him every day, so. Good idea. All right, anyone else? All right, seeing none. We do not have any proclamations or resolutions come before the court today. Under the consent agenda, there is one thing to discuss right quick, and his item, I'd like to pull item E7 for discussion, and it has to do with the burn ban. Looking at the numbers it looks like the numbers don't show that we should have a burn ban. And so emergency management wants to address it in any way. On it.
Judge Felton, Commissioners, good morning. As you mentioned, our numbers aren't normally where we would like to recommend a burn ban for. Taking a look at the numbers this morning, now today's data has not come in yet at time of reporting, but it's not going to be significantly different. Our county average is 336. We generally want to wait until about 550, 575 before we start to recommend a burn ban. On top of that, it looks like there's significant amounts of rain in the forecast, both Wednesday and then over the weekend. As a matter of fact, some of those storms could be severe. So we're in the early stages of tracking severe weather. For those reasons, emergency management does not recommend a burn ban at this time.
Okay, thank you. All right, any questions?
Comment, Judge? Looking back, the most recent I was able to get was what was sent to me last week when we were in a high to moderate area for burn chances. The 25th, 26th, and 27th, and you know, I show Waco being in what's called forecast fire danger, high on the 25th, moderate on the 26th, moderate on the 27th, if I'm reading it correctly. My concern is the last time we had a little bit of rain and we pulled the burn ban, there were areas of the county I don't think that got any rain. And I don't know, I understand what the forecast is going forward, but I think we know plenty of times we've seen the weather man forecast something and it not happen.
You're kidding.
No, I saw it at least once in my lifetime, and it does concern me that there are some areas, and I'm getting phone calls out in the far corners of my precinct, people that are dry and concerned about the lack of rain. You know, and my thoughts are, If you put it on, you can always take it off tomorrow. I mean, the judge has the authority to take it off if we give it,
If
isn't
you
that
give it to me,
correct?
yeah.
But we have to put it on here. So if we don't put it on, and we stretch it out and we don't get the rain, then it's 2 weeks before we can meet again. That's a concern of mine, to be honest with you.
Yes, sir, and reasonable points all. From what I saw this morning, we are in moderate danger, and dry or not, fires can start at any particular reason. So it is well within your rights to be that way. Those are all very reasonable points.
So that's kind of my feeling.
Yeah.
I'd like to see us consider putting it on and giving you the authority. If 24 hours later, we get rain and it stretches to the four corners of the county, take it off.
The only thing I would say is I would be reluctant to put something on knowing that within 12 to 14 or 24 hours it's coming back off. I get where you're coming from, but that could, somebody may not know that it was only on for 24 hours, starts a fire somewhere, and then they get in trouble for doing that. So, I understand, but I'm here.
Well, we have a well-established guideline
Yeah.
that says when we do it and where you have, you know, certain, you know, a few calls coming in. I understand that, raised to the level, but when the numbers don't support it, I hate going to the action of government oversight on something that we use the numbers to drive us to a decision and we don't take those into consideration, so.
Is there any emergency authority that you have?
We could have emergency court, which means we could, within a 2-hour notice, we could meet.
Would this fall under that?
Well, anything that's emergency can fall under that. We can, you know, it could be other disasters. And as long as we have a quorum, we could do it in a
Maybe if
2-hour
it
notice.
hasn't rained by next Tuesday? Could we-
Well, so Dustin, would that, if it does not rain and is there any action?
And I think any rain is probably gonna be spotty. I mean,
It
that's,
looks pretty general. It looks like
I mean, I
forecast.
just,
Pretty big system coming in. But Dustin, I think you and I visited about that, but explain your thoughts on if the court it's gonna be 2 weeks before the court meets, situation comes up, it doesn't rain, the wind's high, volunteer fire departments start saying, you know, we're concerned, or fighting fires.
Right, I think you have a couple options. Of course, it does take the entire court to enact the burn ban. So you can meet under the emergency provisions, and that's just if there's an imminent threat to life safety. So that would probably be enough to trigger that. Judge, you also have the authority under disaster declaration. I know that's a much less used path, and for reasons, because it's reserved for those things that do qualify as a disaster. But if things were getting out of hand very quickly, you have that path too, where that then has to be brought back to the court for ratification within the next 7 days.
Okay.
And for the court's information, our most recent forecast data that we're getting shows that Saturday, the 7th, more than an inch, approaching 2 inches of rain is in the forecast.
Percent,
85%.
85%?
Yes, sir.
So that means 85% of the area will see rain, and 15% of the forecast area won't.
Possibly.
Well, guys, we've got 4 days of it coming through. I hate for us to just jump out here. Something that we're hearing from our expert and we're looking at the forecast.
Now, the data that Commissioner Smith has and the data you use, are they the same?
Yeah.
Certainly could be.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
so that, there's a map there too of the other counties and we're all surrounded by.
As of the 24th of February, there were
That was last week.
169 counties under a burn ban.
And I will say, I can certainly appreciate caution. Residents that call in with those concerns are not unwarranted. So I certainly am sympathetic to that. And again, whatever the court decides, we will enforce, obviously. Not necessarily advocating that point, but
Yeah, I understand.
Well, you know, I feel compelled almost to support the people in my precinct, and I may be the only one getting phone calls.
No,
I've made some calls, I've made some bad calls before in my life, as superintendent calling school off and no snow showing up the next day and the sun shining, so it wouldn't be the first time I've made a fool of myself, so. I would support the burn ban with giving the judge the right to remove it. And I'll make that as a motion. And if it doesn't get a second, then that's fine, but I feel like I have at least supported my constituents.
I've received a few calls too, so I'll make a motion, I'll second that motion.
All right. Any other discussion? No other discussion, call for a vote?
Commissioner Smith,
Aye.
Commissioner Wilson,
Aye.
Judge Felton,
Nay.
Commissioner Jones,
Aye.
Commissioner Perry.
Opposed.
Okay, pass. All right, and so with that motion, I think you stated that the court gives the county judge the authority to remove
Absolutely,
it.
absolutely,
Okay,
absolutely.
thank you.
Appreciate it, Ryan.
Thank you, Ryan.
All right, are there any other recommended pulls from the consent agenda? If not, is there a motion to approve the consent agenda items with the exception of the one we just passed on?
So moved.
Second.
All right, motion second, any discussion? No discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Pass. All right, I'd like to go to, I think, Dustin, we were gonna go to L1B on the ARPA discussion, is that correct?
Judge, yes, and I know Judge Kelly is in the courtroom. Do we want to take care of that budget amendment first? Is
Yeah.
that okay?
Okay, let's do that, under J.
J2A.
It's J2A. It's on page. There it is. I don't know what it's probably 10, around page 10. And, so Francis, if you would read the.
Yes, I'll introduce the item. So on J2A, this is a 2026 budget amendment request, and this is for the 54th District Court and General Fund. There's an attached packet with a quote from Perry Office, and that total is $13,846.78. They do have $10,000 in their budget, so they are needing to move from another line item in that department to cover that full cost. And so, like you said, Judge Kelly's here with us if you have any questions about the need for that furniture.
Pitch till you win.
All right. Well, first of all, we're very, very grateful to you all for giving us a very reasonable budget. And I've learned a lot since I took office in '21. I think you all know that the 54th is very, very busy. And we're so fortunate to have two great administrators, Jessie Ficker and Deanna Ayers. And those ladies really keep it running. I mean, they point and shoot me where I need to be. I don't think that front office has been renovated since maybe 2014. Francis couldn't tell you that we're budgeted for 3 administrators, and we only have 2. And it's not because we don't want a third one, it's just that, as you probably all know, the dynamics of that it's going to be a very unique person who will fill that. So I've talked to them. They said they would prefer not to have anyone right now because they're just so efficient. And I think they can be more efficient with this, with this renovation. They really designed it, and it's going to help their morale, and I can't thank them enough. So since we have that third administrator, which they know, hopefully you all will approve this budget amendment.
And you would fund that by transferring out of the court reporter piece, is that correct, into the furniture and fixtures?
Yes, sir. There's a line item, that Court Reporter General, that's for substitute court reporters, extra transcriptions provided by our on-staff court reporter. And so we don't see a need for that at this moment.
And you don't see a need for that?
No, we have 2 court reporters, and they are just like the administrators. I don't think I could have anything better as far as the staff. And I'm really, really excited. They printed out the clearance rate. I don't know if y'all know, but OCA is requiring us now to have a 90% clearance rate. Well, when we get in about 2,000 cases a year, that's a lot of cases for this court to move. And I asked them to get the 2 months, January and February, of our clearance rate, and we're at 96%. Wow. So we have been blowing and going at the 54th. But I do think, if anything, it's just going to make them feel appreciated. They saw 19th did it, and they've kind of needled me about it. and I think they deserve it, but, and they've said you better be there to represent our court, so they got me here this morning.
Okay, well, we're glad to have you.
Thank you.
All right, all
Motion to approve, Judge.
Second.
right, have a motion second, any other discussion? No discussion, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, pass.
Thank you so
Back to
much.
sis.
I'm gonna go get on the bench.
All right, thank you.
Hold that 96, hold that 96 up, that 96%.
Yeah, we gotta keep that
Yeah,
up
keep
because
it up.
they'll get after me. Bye.
Take care. All right, Dustin.
Yes, sir. If we could go to item L1B, this is discussion and or action regarding water projects update from Lockwood and Newton Incorporated. Let's call on Tom, Ray, and Haley.
Thank you, Judge. Commissioners.
Morning.
Good morning. This should be fairly quick. I think we've got positive news on our ARPA projects. They seem to be moving along well in most cases. The expenditure of funds seems to be in line with meeting our deadline. Again, the deadline for ARPA projects to be funded and completed is the end of this year, end of 2026, and we're on track to do that. Haley's going to kind of walk you through, or is going to walk you through, where we are and what the forecast looks like.
Yeah, so we really only have one slide. That's okay. It's the same slides I always show y'all. All of our projects have been started. We did need to revise one thing since I sent in this slideshow for the agenda. The City of Resource's generator project has started. It was successfully bid and accepted. So they're out there working on that, meaning all of them have been started. We have 9, about half of them are complete, 100%. Prairie Hill has spent all of their money. They just are waiting on some final startup, but they're at about 90%. So we're looking really good. There are a couple on here that you'll see that say like additional number 1, additional number 2. So that was a situation where all of the funds were spent for the original project and that was completed. And then they had a little bit of leftover funds, so those were pre-delegated, I suppose, for water supply projects, basically.
Projects.
Yes, and those were approved by y'all. So we're looking pretty good, I would say. On the financial side of things, we've only got about $600,000 left to spend on the non-arsenic projects, so pretty much done there. And then we're a little bit over halfway done with the arsenic funds. And that's mostly tied up in the FHLM and City of Riesel project, just because they got a larger, chunk initially. But we're not seeing any issues there as of right now.
Are there any waiting on delivery of generators or anything like that? Are we pretty well caught up on that?
We're pretty much caught up. The City of Riesel's project, they may have just ordered it because it just got approved by their board this past month in February. So that one would probably be the only one that's waiting. They could have ordered it ahead of time though.
Yeah.
So, they only got about $47,000, so it shouldn't be a huge issue to spend those funds.
Okay.
It sure is nice driving through the county, looking at the water treatment, or the water systems with the big generator sitting there.
Yeah.
Makes you feel good and safe for the folks of the county.
Yeah. Good deal. All right, any questions? Go ahead.
Tom, do you foresee any excess funds being returned, or is it all going to be spent?
I do not.
You do not?
No.
Okay.
But if we do, we have projects we can,
Well, that's what I was wondering. Are we past the deadline for approving those projects, though, if any excess money comes in?
yes.
It would not be able to be a new project, but we could reallocate it to say the judicial center. We've done that like on the MCC, the respiratory, well, actually MCC, we were able to put those funds back in, but there's been 1 or 2 others where we've been able to, where there's remaining funds and then we've reallocated those to the judicial center.
So it's something that's already been approved?
Right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're gonna be as stingy with the federal money we got as they are with our money when we give it to them.
Yeah.
So, the projects look good, they're moving along, they kind of bogged down for a while. Some of it was, getting generators manufactured, it got behind after 2021, So those issues all been resolved. And, all right, anything else to come before the court?
I think the court has done a very good thing in allocating a significant portion of the ARPA money to these water projects. I think they are going to make a difference, as the commissioner noted. And, certainly it deals with the arsenic issue in a big way.
But, we think about cold weather, bad weather, shutting down electricity or whatever, power to those places, but there are other issues that come up. Power, we have power, I won't say failures, but situations where it happens all the time. It's not just in the middle of winter when it's freezing and ice. I mean, so those backup generators are going to be very, very important to those people.
Okay. No other questions, comments? Is there a motion to approve the application for payment number 4?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All right, I have a motion second. Any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Pass.
And Judge, I'm sorry that there was we need to approve this report for recording purposes on L1B.
Oh, okay.
Motion to approve for recording purposes.
Second.
Have a motion second. Any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Pass. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Judge, are you ready to do the judicial center update and the signing ceremony?
Let's see.
What number is that?
That'd be
It is item N1.
N1.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we've got the ones out of the way that we wanted to deal with. So going to page, going to item N1. All right, this is signing ceremony for the Judicial Center. We'll be signing a beam. We're going to stay in session, walk out there, and sign the beam that's going to go into the building. And when they tear it down 150 years from now, they'll see our name on there, and they won't even know who we are.
It's not one of those beams that's already at the top, is it?
I don't know.
I'm not going.
So,
I got a quick update for the court.
yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Sure.
Got some markers too.
Kind of push.
Yeah.
Right. There's not an auto pen?
No.
Not touching that. Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. Thank you for having us. So it is a big day for the Judicial Center, so I just kind of wanted to point out a lot of milestones are actually being reached today. And so today marks day 7 past the 1-year anniversary when we started. If everybody remembers, we started on February 24th, 2025. So today's day 7 of year 2.
Seems like it's been forever.
So things are going good. The only unfortunate news I have today is I'd love to have reported that we finally completed all the demolition in the old jail, except I can't. So there was a little bit of structural work that as of today is finally 100% complete that will allow us to complete the last little bit. There's just some miscellaneous demolition for structural integrity issues that we couldn't finish because it's really tied to the new judge's staff addition on the facility side of the building. That structurally was completed 100% today, and we've got our small demo crew doing the last of some little meticulous demolition now that structural integrity is maintained. So hopefully next time we meet, I'll be able to report that we're 100% out of the demolition business.
Okay.
But then for the past year, so a lot of things have happened and a lot of major milestones have been met. So today, this morning, it's already done. We placed the last of the building expansion concrete floor elements. So we placed levels 5 and 4 at the judges and staff addition. That is the last of the expanded floor plate where we expanded the size of the new judicial center. So that's 100% in place as of this morning. And today, if you drove down the street, you may have noticed a large crane set up in the middle of Columbus Avenue. We are setting all of the roof-mounted air handling, mechanical, air conditioning equipment 100% between today. If we don't get done today, the crane will get held over and we'll finish setting it tomorrow. But all that equipment is in place and is being installed as we speak on the roof. Also, as of today, the majority of the new roof is 100% installed on top of the old, we got it 100% on the old jail. We've got it 100% on the new L-shaped lobby addition on the Columbus Avenue side. The last piece of roof that we'll have to complete, which will happen in the coming weeks, is just at this judge's staff entry addition. As soon as they place concrete today, we'll have metal stud framework guys on it, putting the exterior envelope on it. As soon as that's in place, we'll be able to do the little piece. It's just a small piece of roofing, and then we'll have roof over 100% of the entire area of the new project. So another big day there too. So if you've noticed, if you've come down on the Columbus Avenue side on 5th or 6th Streets, you'll notice that that building addition is fully complete, structurally complete. We've got the exterior metal stud framing. We've got the sheathing on. It's waterproofed. Here in a few weeks, we'll actually start popping in windows. So windows are being fabricated right now. Later this month, we'll actually install windows, starting with that lobby addition. And then you'll see as you start to watch the progress of the work, the old block walls of the outside of the jail are starting to turn gray. That's a weather barrier. Basically, it's an air and water barrier. That's your waterproofing membrane inside the cavity wall. So as that continues to turn gray, once we start window installations later this month, they'll just kind of continue to progress around the entire project, if that makes sense. Once you have a chance to walk it in the near future, so all the interior masonry wall construction is wrapping up. We've got the majority of interior metal stud wall framing on all floors. So we're nearing completion of all the interior wall framing. So that's doing good. Actually, with the roof on now, we've actually started some gypsum board, some wall material installations on the 5th floor, working our way down. So we've got actual wall installations happening on 5, 4, working our way down the building. So that's a big milestone. Interior building systems rough-in. It's well underway and progressing on all floors of the building. So, I mean, work in the lower level mechanical room. I mean, if you walk down there, it looks like the new mechanical room. All the hydronic heating water and chilled water piping's 100% in place. We've got all the new mechanical water pumps, heat exchangers, boilers. Those pieces of equipment are all set in place. They're piped. We've got vertical hydronic piping from the basement level all the way to the roof level. It's stubbed out the roof right now. As soon as they finish setting the air handling units and the mechanical units they're setting today and tomorrow, we'll pipe those in and we'll have a 100% hydronic piping system tied in. It's valved off where we've got the chilled water feed from y'all's central plant. We're already tied in the basement. We'll have chilled water piping all the way tied into the units as soon as they finish installation. So things are really going well on the mechanical side of the project. We've got electrical rough-in, we've got ductwork rough-in, we've got plumbing rough-in. Basically, the way we structured the project, all of our, call it risers, if you will, go from the basement to the top floor. And so we've got all our main ductwork chases from the bottom to the top. We've got all our main plumbing piping from the bottom of the top, all of our ductwork, our hydronic piping from the bottom to the top. And then finish-wise, we're working from the top down. So we've created a strategy where we kind of chase the mess out of the building, if you will. So we're finishing the room starting on the 5th floor to the 4th floor to the 3rd, and we'll finish down, finishing in the basement. So all of that work is progressing really well on the inside of the building. A couple other things, like I said, we're doing top-down finishing that we talked about. We're also currently constructing a scaled mock-up of one of the new courtrooms on level 4. Oh, wow. Really, the purpose of the mock-up is to validate sight lines from the various seating positions in the courtroom. So the judge's bench, the witness stand, the court reporter positions, the attorney table positions, the various jury boxes. I'm not sure if everyone aware, there's different seating heights to each of those positions. So the judge sits at a superior position at 20 inches above the floor. The witness and stuff is at 10 inches above the floor. The jury boxes are like a tiered seating arrangement, if you will. They're 5 inches above the floor, 10 inches above the floor, 15 inches above the floor. So we're creating to scale all those particular areas and all those elevation changes. So we'll be able to bring some temporary tables and chairs out, and the judges and the courthouse staff and the county will be able to walk the space, physically sit in the spaces, and just validate sight lines before we actually go construct these walls and these elements for real. So that should be done here in the month of April. I think we currently have planned that it'll be available for viewing by April 9th. So that's a big thing that we're working on now. And then that'll just allow us to take off with the interior construction of the courtrooms. So that's kind of the biggest, obviously, the biggest finished space are the 4 courtrooms inside the new judicial center. So then a few upcoming major milestones, where are we headed now? So the big thing that we're working towards between now and July is to have permanent power to the new judicial center. And I'm not sure if everybody aware, the main electric room of the new judicial center actually becomes the central power hub for this entire block. So power from the courthouse, power to the annex building, power to the facilities and purchasing building will all now be relocated and centrally originate from the main electrical room in the judicial center. So our plan is to get power to the judicial center in July, and then we'll start incrementally retying in power to the annex, to the facilities building, and then the courthouse kind of incrementally over a staggered approach over multiple weekends, if that kind of makes sense. The other big thing that we're working towards, obviously, you can see the exterior coming together, the box, if you will. Windows will start going in March, and then we're hoping by summer. We've got stone cladding in fabrication. The exterior of the building is limestone cladding. Those stones are in fabrication right now, so we hope to start the erection of that exterior stone cladding work this summer. We'll start at the new lobby expansion on the Columbus Avenue side, and then work basically all the way around, finishing at the new entrance side of the new facility behind the courthouse as our installation sequence. So that's going well. Another big thing that'll happen this summer is really the last of the utilities. We've got all the underground electric work in the alley down behind the new judicial center all the way across Fifth Street to the new, that's where permanent power will originate, and as well as the engine generator will be installed across Fifth Street. All that works in. The new sanitary sewer line that's installed in the alley is completely done. The last utility we really have left is the new water line in Columbus Avenue that basically spans from Fifth Street to Sixth Street. Our plan is we'll also start that work this summer, so we have to put in a new 12-inch water line all the way in Columbus Avenue from Fifth to Sixth, and then the new main water feed and the new fire water feed for the new facility originate off that water line. Currently, we have a temporary fire line coming off an old water line in Columbus that feeds the annex building fire suppression systems. Eventually, that'll be incorporated into the fire protection for the new judicial system, and there'll be a swap over at some point once we get those water lines in place. But again, that's all kind of scheduled to happen this summer. So that's really, will be the last of the utility work, if you will. And then really today is a big milestone where we've asked the judges and the commissioners to sign the main structural beam that hangs over the front of the main entrance to the new judicial center. Really, to us, the significance of that beam is it's located where anyone in the future who enters the new judicial center is going to walk underneath the structural beam. So it basically creates the front fascia of the new structural entry into the judicial center. And like Judge says, 50, 100 years from now, when a contractor such as us performs a renovation, they'll tear it apart and your names will be preserved in history. So.
I wonder who messed up their beam.
I'll be here to watch it.
All right. So I don't know if there's any questions, but kind of with that, that's
Any
kind of
questions?
When do you think we'll
Yes,
get
sir.
our parking lot back? Or some spots back?
So we're about, I want to say we're about 5 weeks from constructing a masonry screen wall that has to happen. I think the simplest answer is sometime in July is when we'll be able to
The summer
return that
then.
area completely to parking. If you're talking the records building parking lot,
Right.
yes, sir.
And so what, in the, at the corner of Columbus and Fourth, right now, there's a whole area there on that side that's being constructed?
That huge hole is Atmos Gas. That is
So that's
actually
a
not
gas
us.
line.
Yes, sir. When
Okay.
you're
what are
down
they-
at 4th Street or 5th Street or 6th Street, you'll see these giant holes all over the place. That is actually Atmos Gas performing other system work not related to our project.
Okay, so we don't know when that's gonna.
I do not, no, sir.
timing.
Yeah.
They're in other parts of town. If they're doing the same operation, it appears all over town. Yeah, that's Atmos Gas down there.
So our water, will the water line construction, will that bleed into the parking lot or?
It should not bleed
I
into
guess,
the parking
so
lot
Columbus from
whatsoever.
Fourth to Fifth will be closed.
The only problem, there'll be periods of time where we have to do something in the intersection at Fifth and Columbus, and then something in the intersection at Sixth and Columbus. Because our tie-ins, of course, where we have to tie in our water line that's running the length of Columbus
Is in the middle.
is obviously on the far side of each intersection, so that in turn affects the entire intersection. But
I really appreciate y'all getting Fifth Street, passable, so.
we've heard that a lot.
Yeah.
So thank you.
That's for certain.
That
Yes, sir.
12-inch water line that y'all are putting down, what is it tying into? How big of a water line are you gonna tie into?
I think it's a
16?
16 and 4th Street, I believe, and then I'm not sure what the other end ties into. It kind of creates the city's mission of having looped water
Loop
lines
water,
around each blocks.
The units that y'all are putting on the roof today?
Yes,
Are
sir.
those over at the laydown yard right now?
They all got restaged
They
last
got
Friday at
restaged,
Columbus.
but that's where they were.
Yes,
That'll
sir.
free up a lot of space over for you in the laydown yard to
Yes, sir.
put more stuff down, yeah, 'cause that took up a lot of space.
Okay, you want to lead us out?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Are we adjourning or doing anything?
No, we stay in session.
Stay in session, okay.
All right.
Guess we have to,
She asked the wrong question.
Yeah.
You didn't find any, because my name was on the wall somewhere in 1995. I don't know if you wrote anything on the wall.
We're not talking about jails.
Kilroy was here.
Some employees. Not on that, not on the cell wall.
We'll talk after the meeting.
Yes. It's like we're a month ago and it's just So they are not able to respond to you during that time, but I don't work for any of their offices. I'm with the auditor's office or the finance side. But I bet you that someone from Commissioner Perry's office will probably reach out to you. But like you said, I think, did you talk to Chrissy?
Yes,
And
I did,
So,
yeah.
so yeah, I would just keep that communication going with them. But yeah, when they don't respond, it's because they're not able to by law. They can't like address your question or your
Yeah.
concern, so.
I just wanted to let them know, because we've been talking to, what was her name, Missy?
Chrissy Brault,
yeah,
yes,
her and
yes.
Addison over there in planning and development. We've just been stuck with them like that going on. So,
Mhm.
but I didn't know what happens after this, and we
Yeah,
have
they'll
other-
just take, the information and then that's up to them, of course, what they, how they proceed after that. But
Yeah.
I would definitely just keep that communication with them and
Yeah.
I know they will as well.
All right, sounds good. Well, thank you,
Yes.
man.
And courts always, they have open court usually the first and third Tuesdays of each month. So if you ever want to make a public comment, that's great. And you're always
Oh, so
welcome.
you're able to come back?
Yes,
Nothing happens,
yes,
then?
yes.
Yeah.
That item is always.
Because he's our commissioner.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I've just had this is the first time I actually know the guy.
Mhm.
Every time we go, I go to his office.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
No problem. I was wondering where you were at.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's so much stuff going around. Like my allergies have been terrible to the point where I think I'm getting sick, but I'm not running any fever or anything, so. Oh, here it is. Well, I hope you feel better, Reagan. Thank you.
I'm so tired of coughing. It just hits me. And I don't cough for a whole day.
Francis, think we're still recording, just FYI. Oh, so sorry. No, I'm just letting you know, because.
It didn't pick you up that time. I appreciate the connection.
We're still in session.
Yes, sir.
All right, Dustin.
Yes, sir. If we could go to item F, bids, RFPs, RFQs. I'm gonna read F1 and F2 together. These both go along with the budget amendment at J2C. F1 is authorization of invoice from LPC Services for water heater and boiler repairs at Extraco Event Center, the base. And F2 is authorization of invoice from Enviromatic Systems for air unit repairs at Extraco Event Center, base. TJ?
So these are just basic repair invoices that Extraco brought to us.
Based off on how the contract is written, we deem these as necessary for the major infrastructure of the facility. So we'll cover them as need be. So it's just to take care of that funding portion.
Okay.
Motion to approve, Judge.
All right. We have a motion. Second, any other discussion? No discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Pass.
F3 is authorization to manage engine product subscription renewal quote with SHI Government Solutions. It's for a platform to monitor and optimize server, network, and end user equipment for information technology. John?
Good morning. This item is just our yearly renewal for our Manage Engine, which is our IT service platform. It was slightly more than we expected, but we do have the money to cover it in the budget. The amount is $76,942.22 and is recommended for approval.
All right, any questions?
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion. Second, any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Pass.
All right. F4 is authorization of renewal for bid 23-007, printed envelopes and letterhead for various McLennan County departments from Furman Business Forums Incorporated. Ken?
Yeah, basically, we contacted Furman's and they said they would like to renew, and I haven't heard of any issues. So again, it's renewing at the same pricing that we have currently.
Okay.
So if the court agrees, the renewal date would be from March 3rd, 2026 through February 28th, 2027.
Okay, any questions?
Motion to approve renewal.
Second.
All right, have a motion. Second, any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Pass.
F5 is authorization of recommendations. F5A is regarding bid 26-001, pit run gravel pickup and load, and F5B is regarding bid 26-003, crushed limestone riprap and crusher fines. Ken?
Let me gather up my papers here. On the pit run gravel, we received a bid from Armadillo Materials at $9.75 per ton. We received a bid from Central Crushed Concrete for $9 a ton. Mine Services, Inc., $7 per ton. Green Dream International, $10.26 per ton. And a MGS Cortex Construction, $16.25 per ton. We recommend that McLennan County grant the award for pickup and of pit run gravel to all the vendors that send in a bid. The contract term would be from March 3rd, 2026 to February 28th, 2027. Mine Service did submit the low bid, and it shows about a 7% increase overall from last year. So again, is the award to everyone's based on location and availability.
Yeah. So freight might make a difference.
Yes.
That's at the pit, right?
Right, that's right.
And then on Central Crushed Concrete, so this is on pit run, which generally has a little clay in it and those other things, where crushed concrete doesn't have that. So I guess y'all just, whatever the situation is, whether it
Right.
work or not.
What we need.
Yeah, yeah.
And if they have it available that day.
Yeah.
And how clean it is too.
Yeah.
Well, that's always
You mean
been
relative to like metal and other
Right.
things?
Yeah, rebar pieces or sharp edges.
Yeah.
We run into a little bit of trouble with that, but
Well, I think they've done a better job at using a magnet over it and actually taking out a lot of the trash that was there earlier and there.
it is much better than it was.
Okay. All right, thank you. So, did we have a motion on that?
Motion to approve the recommendation of Purchasing Director.
Okay, I'll second. Any other discussion? No other discussion, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, pass.
On the bid 26-003 is for crushed limestone riprap and crushed fines, crusher fines. For crushed limestone flex base pickup, Mine Services bid $8 per ton. Connors bid $8.25. Central Crushed Concrete bid $9. Green Dream International bid $9.12. Canfield Materials bid $10 per ton. Knife River bid $13 per ton. Swipe Resources LLC bid $14 a ton. MSG Cortex Construction bid $19 a ton. For delivered, Mine Service bid $8 per ton. Canfield Materials bid $10 per ton. Green Dream International bid $27.50 per ton. Rock Ridge Transport bid $30.38 per ton. MSG Cortex Construction bid $34 per ton. Knife River bid $36 per ton. And Swipe Resources bid $60 per ton. On the stone riprap, and I should qualify, in the bid, we have this marked as like 12-inch material. We do have some bids on various sizes of riprap, but I'm just talking about the 12-inch materials right now.
Okay.
Canfield on the pickup, Canfield Materials bid $30 per ton. Central Crushed Concrete bid $30 per ton. Green Dream International bid $31.92 per ton. MSG Cortex Construction bid $32.50 per ton. Knife River bid $40 per ton, and Swipe Resources LLC bid $89 per ton. For the riprap delivered, Canfield Materials bid $30 per ton. MSG Cortex Construction bid $47.50 per ton. Green Dream International bid $51.30 per ton. Knife River bid $66 per ton. Swipe Resources LLC bid $119 per ton. Wow. And then finally, on the crusher fines for pickup, Mine Services bid $4 per ton. Connors Crushed Stone bid $4.35 per ton. Canfield Materials bid $5.50 per ton. Knife River bid $7 per ton. Green Dream International bid $7.70 per ton. Central Crushed Concrete bid $9 per ton, and MSG Cortex Construction bid $10 per ton. Then on the crusher fines delivered, Mine Services bid $4 per ton. Canfield Materials bid $5.50 per ton. MSG Cortex Construction bid $25 per ton. Rock Ridge Transport bid $26.38 per ton. Green Dream International bid $27.36 per ton, and Knife River bid $30 per ton. On the pickup materials, again, we award to all based on location and availability. On the delivered, I'll just say we're awarding based on availability. But we recommend grant the award as just stated below, and the contract term would be March 3rd, 2026 through February 26, 2027. Just as a statement, the low bids for each one of these materials reflect no change in cost on each of the materials. I mean, the lowest bid. But again, it's all, what we're paying based on the location for
availability.
you various departments to get there. So
I'm a businessman too on the side, but how can you pick it up for the same price that they can deliver?
I had that question as well.
I don't understand that. So.
I will verify this. It should have been verified. I think I had a man call, and they might not have understood what we were getting at, but.
Yes, okay.
we'll
I mean,
make.
if they would, that's fine with me.
No, I understand. I thought the same thing. We'll come back to that.
They won't stay in business very long.
No, sir.
All right, thank you.
All right, what's the pleasure of the court?
Make a motion to approve the recommendations on materials made by Ken Bass, our purchasing director.
Second.
Motion made and second. Any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Pass. Thank you.
Under item G, contracts and interlocal agreements, G1 is authorization of support and maintenance agreement with Excella Technologies for document imaging software for the sheriff's office. Major Ives.
This is our contract with Excella HOV Services. This is for our records scanning software that we currently use. There'll be a point at which we'll look at transitioning away from that. We're talking to IT about that, but for now, we would like to maintain the contract. It's about a $99 increase over last year.
All right.
Motion to approve, Judge.
All right.
Second.
Motion made and second. Any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Pass.
G2 is authorization of interlocal cooperation agreement with the city of Hallsburg for road improvement work. Commissioner Wilson, do you want to cover this?
Yeah, this is gonna be, we're redoing Harrison Road through Summerfield all the way to the lake. Hallsburg has about 0.62 miles in that area. And since it's an integral link, I think we should just go ahead, can't stop at the city limits there and then start up again. It would be a detriment to the safety of the roadway and things like this. So I think we should go ahead and just do the roadway through the city. The city has helped us on other causes that and paid for their part, but this, since this is an integral link, I think we just go ahead and the county just take the burden on and do the 0.62 miles, which should be it's not a high cost to the county. So I'll make a motion, we approve the agreement with the city of Hallsburg.
Okay, is there a second?
Second, yeah.
All right, any discussion?
Judge, I'm not going to belittle and necessarily force an issue, but I'm not entirely agreeable that we perform work without any reimbursement from the city, we have too many cities that we do work for that we charge, and I just can't see the fairness of it, to be honest with you. I'm just making that comment that we set a precedent and we have to move forward and go on, but we do a lot of work in a lot of area of the county that we charge people for, and it just doesn't seem quite fair. So anyhow.
So noted.
My comment.
All right, call for a vote.
Commissioner Smith,
Yes.
Commissioner Wilson,
Yes.
Judge Folsom,
Aye.
Commissioner Jones,
Aye.
Commissioner Perry.
Aye.
Pass.
Item G3 is authorization of interlocal cooperation agreement with Bosqueville Independent School District for temporary staging laydown yard for Road Bridge Precinct 3 Department. Commissioner Jones?
So this is, since we took over some areas on the other side of the river, we need a place to stage some equipment and lay down yard for materials and supplies. And this is a interlocal cooperation agreement with the Bosqueville Independent School District to have a small area way back behind the school over there. So I think they're agreeable to it, and it'll help us out immensely.
They've always been good about cooperating and
Yeah,
helping.
and then, I think y'all have done some chip sealing for them in the past.
Yes, sir.
Which we all kind of do every once in a while for the school district, so.
And Commissioner Jones, we did leave the months, the term of this blank, so that's something we do need to include.
Pardon me?
We do need to include how many months that you think we do need this. Do we just want to do it for a year and then reevaluate?
Yeah, I have that question out there right now.
Okay.
So if we want to maybe wait on this for a few minutes and then I forgot to ask about it before I left this morning.
Okay. So if it's okay, we'll defer it, but everybody understands it.
Well, I mean, I think we could have an answer by the end of, before court is over.
So,
We can just hold it, Judge, if
Just-
you want
just
to.
hold- If you could just hold the item.
okay, we'll hold. All right.
All right, moving on to item G4 is regarding the software as a service agreement with Tyler Technologies.
I have an
Authorization
answer.
amendment.
You what?
I have an answer. if we-
Okay.
so, yeah, let's go ahead and do it for 1 year.
All right, is that a motion?
Yeah, make a motion that we approve this interlocal cooperation agreement with the Bosqueville Independent School District for a temporary laydown yard.
Second.
All right, have a motion second. Any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Pass.
G4 is regarding the software as a service agreement with Tyler Technologies. Authorization of amendment for Tyler Enterprise Supervision. John?
Good morning again. So this is just an amendment to our Tyler project to remove the specialty courts from the supervision product. This is an agreement for both the specialty courts and pretrial services, and will end up saving us about $21,144 this year, along with some ongoing license fees throughout the years. This has been reviewed by the Tyler Steering Committee and is recommended for approval.
All right, any questions?
So move.
All right, I'll second. Any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Pass.
G5 is authorization of workshop agreement with Fathom Corporate Training for professional development workshop for jail facilities. Major Ives?
This is us. This is budgeted for, and we had sought out a few companies to try and find someone who could provide some leadership training for our administrative staff out of the facility. This is servicing upwards of 17, 18 folks out there. They've got previous companies that they provided the service to, like the Texas Department of Public Safety, Travis County, the Texas OAG, in the financial sector, like Bank of America, Wells Fargo. So this is budgeted for, and we would recommend it for approval.
All right, what's the pleasure of the court?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made and second. Any discussion? No discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Pass.
G6 is authorization of agreement with Cumbie Pest Control for various county buildings. TJ?
Yes, this is just our yearly contract with Cumbie. Happy to announce there are no upcharges this year, thank goodness. It's all been budgeted for. We recommend it for approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I had a motion second. Any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Pass.
G7 is authorization of addendum to service provider agreement with Govolution LLC doing business as Deluxe. This is for credit card and e-check processing for the sheriff's office. So Major Ives or John Carter?
So we had spoken with IT, and Bill Helton had brought this up to us. We're trying to remove this paragraph so that it won't interfere with other credit card payment companies that the county may do business with in the future. So it's just removing a section from that so it doesn't interfere with future contracts.
Makes sense.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion second. Any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Pass.
All right, we can hold items G8 and H1 until later in the agenda. And we'll move on to item I, capital improvement and construction projects. I1 is regarding Patton Branch Road and Aquila Creek Low Water Crossing Culvert Replacement Project. I1A is authorization of invoice from BGE. I1B is authorization application for payment number 4 from Knife River Corporation. Amy?
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Happy to let you know that we were out there last week looking at Patton Branch, and we actually drove across the new bridge.
Oh.
They were getting ready to do the paving, so we're close to wrapping that one up. They're making great progress and no issues with their work or with BGE's supervision.
All right, any questions for Amy? Not what's the pleasure of the court?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion second. Any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Pass.
Did that include B as well, Amy? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and so moving on to I2 regarding Chapel Road improvements, professional surveying and civil engineering services, agreement with Walker Partners, authorization of engineering surveying services through January. Amy?
Good morning. You can see from the amount, it's only $1,260 that we're getting very close to finishing with Chapel.
Amen.
One thing that I do want to mention to you is we did have a fuel spill out there in February where a tractor trailer, their load shifted when they were delivering to Frontera, pierced the diesel tank. So there was a pretty significant diesel leak. So we are moving to replace that section of pavement. Been talking with Haley and Olson about making sure we get reimbursed from the trucking company for that repair. So we're trying to move as quickly as possible to get that done before the paving contractor demobes from the area, so we get the best price. So it's possible that you won't see it before it's done, and I'll have to bring it back as a ratification after the fact.
Okay, any questions? Think we'll have enough for the Christmas party?
I hope so.
Okay. All right, what's the pleasure of the court?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion, second. Any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Pass.
Thank you.
I3 is regarding the Justice of the Peace Precinct 5 Office Addition fee proposal from CP&Y doing business as STV, authorization of professional service invoice for October 2025. Ken?
Yes, sir. Again, for the JP5, in the amount of $2,818.64. We reviewed this and recommend approval.
Move to approve, Judge.
Second.
Have a motion, second. Any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Pass.
Moving on to item J, budget amendments, J1 regarding the FY25 budget. Francis?
Thank you. So we do have some budget amendments for FY25 today. We are currently in our financial audit. We have been since the beginning of February. Our financial statements year-end close. So some things to clean up that year. As you may remember, under governmental accounting standards, we now must treat lease and software-based arrangement expenses. We budget for them as expenses, but then what they are is they are a lease or an arrangement that we're locking ourselves into for some years. And so what we have to do is we have to record an asset and a liability at the present value for those agreements. These budget amendments are properly recognizing those assets, keeping the budget clean for those purposes. Does not represent any new spending in any way. It's just an accounting requirement to accurately reflect those numbers in our financial statements. And so walking through those, J1A1 is setting up the new lease agreements in general fund. J1A2 is setting up the new lease agreements in Fund 122. And then J1A3 is setting up the new software-based arrangements in general fund. J1B, this is a cleanup entry. We need to increase the workers' comp line in general fund by $100 for year-end reclasses. And so that one, that was J1B. And then J1C, going back to the Sabita and lease discussion. So what this is doing is this is reclassing some of our expenses to principal and lease payments. So you may budget for the lease payments for body cameras, but we have to turn those into principal and lease payments. Doing it that way makes the most sense for budget reasons, makes the budget really clear and easy to follow and understand. But of course, this needed for year end. So J1C, 1 and 2, those are reclassing budget within Fund 122 for both the lease agreements and the Sabita agreements. And J1D, that is reclassing payments in the general fund for leases. And then J1E, that is reclassing payments for Sabitas in the general fund. And tell me I can go in more detail if needed. I know that's very vague. And then J1F, this is another cleanup entry in general fund. After some personnel reclasses that were needed, this is cleaning up budget lines and multiple personnel lines in the sheriff's office. And so that concludes 2025 budget amendments, J1A through F.
Yeah, all items under J1. Yeah. All right, any questions on any of those? If not, is there a motion to approve?
So move J1, to approve J1A through J1F.
Second.
All right. Motion made and second. Any other discussion? No discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Pass.
And then J2A we've covered and you have approved. So J2B, this is an entry to finish out the Chapel Road project. So you'll see the movement there within those bond proceed funds. And so that should complete that project. J2C, this is Fund 418, our venue project fund. This covers the repair and maintenance costs for water heater, boiler, and air unit repairs at the base. J2D, this is General Fund, Road and Bridge 3. Just requesting to move within that department to purchase handheld radios. And then that should conclude the budget amendments. So that was J2, B, C, and D.
All right. Any questions on those? What's the pleasure of the court?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All right, motion made and second. Any other discussion? No discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Pass.
And then J2E is the Waco Metropolitan Planning Organization authorization of annual contribution dues, and they sent their request totaling $20,000, and we've done this the last few years. So Amy, anything you'd like to add?
No, I actually was going to say exactly the same thing. This is something that just comes up every year so that they have the money they need for grant matching.
Okay. Any questions? What's the pleasure of the court?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion second. Any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those pass.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we have nothing under item K this week. Under item L, grants, grant proposals. L1 is our ARPA discussion. L1A is regarding the professional services agreement with Forbes Mazars, authorization of grant management services invoice through January 2026. This invoice totals $967.76 and is recommended for approval.
All right, coming to the end of that, so, any questions? If not, what's the pleasure of the court?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made and second. Any other discussion? No other discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those pass.
L1C is regarding the McLennan County ARPA HVAC renovation project, agreement with Lockridge Priest, authorization of pay application number 14. Kid?
Yes, sir. This pay application is in the amount of $35,782.32. And it's been reviewed by TJ, myself, and Dustin, and we recommend approval.
All right, I make a motion, we approve that. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion made and second.
Question about the project, how's it going? Is it on time? Looks like there's only, 500,000 to the finish now, is that correct?
Yes, so, project is progressing well. We've got 3 units left to change out at Juvenile, and we'll have all the rooftop units and all the split systems taken care of. The only 2 remaining items will be the generators for the jail. They're here. They're working on all the piping, trying to get all the transfer switches set in place, and then we'll manage that change out. So I'd say within the next 3 months, we'll have 100% completion.
Fantastic.
Good. Great. All right, any other questions? No other questions, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, pass. Thank you.
L2 is regarding the Texas Parks and Wildlife Local Park Grant Program, recording a final grant budget. TJ, do you want to cover this?
Sure, we can. So the court is aware we applied for a grant through Texas Parks and Wildlife. We were awarded that grant. It is a 50% match on the county's part, so it's a $1.103070 total project cost. This is going to be a great project. This walking trails, playgrounds, permanent campsites, controlled access. So this is a really fun project for us. So Dustin, what exactly do we need? I guess, do we need approval?
I think if we could just approve this, I guess, final grant budget. I know Texas Parks and Wildlife, they had suggested this be moved to be able to split out some funds for lighting and signage. So that's what's before you. And I did confirm with Mundo that if we need to make any adjustments going forward, those are allowable. They would just like, of course, for these categories to remain, but we can shift funds among those. So if we could just approve this as the final grant budget, and then in probably the next court session or 2, we should have the final agreement with Texas Parks and Wildlife for your consideration.
All right, any other questions or comments?
Well, I think, us dealing with Harrison and Summerfield, this just ties into this project. This is going to be fantastic for not only precinct 2, but for all of McLennan County residents.
We're building a gym out there that's, from what we started with to where we're gonna end up, it's gonna be impressive.
And I'm excited about the, special needs or handicap playground that we're gonna have. Everybody's gonna be able to get out there and enjoy that, so I'm excited about that.
Absolutely.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve, or accept this for recording purposes?
Motion to accept for recording purposes.
Second.
Motion made and second. Any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Pass.
Right under item M, Department Office Specific Request. M1 is Criminal District Attorney, authorization of reimbursement for vehicle damage. Francis?
Yes, this is just a request for you to approve. It did fall under the deductible that we have for our insurance. So if you are approving, we will have that payment process to that individual.
Motion to approve, Judge.
All right. I have motion second. Any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Pass.
M2 is Road and Bridge Precinct 4, authorization of sprinkler system reimbursement. Commissioner Perry?
Yes, sir. This Timber Ridge, which is in the middle of the project on Chapel Road, when originally went through and they had to tear the sprinkler system out, which was understood, cap it off. Unfortunately, when it was capped off, it wasn't capped off very well, and they didn't know they had a leak, and they had a pretty high water bill that came from that. And then the agreement was, and talking with Amy and everyone else, was not to put it back in, just because of the conditions and the circumstances around it. Those folks up and down that area put up with us for a long time. I'm wanting to reimburse them for the reinstallation of their sprinkler system for $4,998.99. And I am aware, Amy, as we've spoken, there's an encroachment agreement that would have to be done, but their HOA went ahead and paid for this, and it's been a while. So I personally feel an obligation to go ahead and reimburse them for that.
What's pleasure, court?
I'd make a
Is there a
motion to
motion?
approve.
Second.
Any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Pass.
M3, Purchasing, authorization of online auction with Renee Bates, related ad and order declaring certain property as surplus and authorizing disposition of same. Ken?
Yes, we put together, visited the 4 different precincts and put together 33 lots that can go on auction. If approved by the court, the auction would run from March 5th, 2026 through March 19th, 2026. I also always put together an order. If something doesn't receive any bids, then, and of course, if the precinct deems it so, we could possibly trash it. Take it to Lipsitz or something. So anyway, we just asked for approval for run the auction.
All right. I'll make a motion to approve this list.
Second.
Motion made and second. Any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Pass.
Right under item N, N2 is approval of order for sole source designation and granting exemptions for bidding with Arcosa Aggregates for type L grade 4 and type L grade 5 lightweight aggregate for McLennan County Road and Bridge Departments. Ken?
We more or less go through this each year. The lightweight aggregate, there is no other places that we can get this within a multi-state area. And so I come to the court requesting that we grant this as a sole source. If approved by the court, the grade 4 picked up would be $65 a ton. The grade 5 would be $55 a ton. That's picked up. If delivered, the various precincts get a little bit different pricing because of the locations. For precinct 1, the grade 4 would be $82.87. Grade 5 would be $72.87. For precinct 2, the grade 4 would be $75.95, and the grade 5 would be $65.95. For precinct 3, The grade 4 would be 7814. The grade 5 would be 6814. For precinct 4, the grade 4 would be 8471. The grade 5 would be 7471. And then they just have, as a general location to Waco, it'd be 8054 for the grade 4 and 7054 for the grade 5. And I'm sorry, I didn't say that the picked up price would be the same as the others. If approved by the court, we'll run this from March 3rd, 2026 through February 28th, 2027.
All right, any questions? What's the pleasure of the court?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion, second, any discussion? No discussion, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Pass.
N3 is authorization of amendment to McLennan County Policy Guide, Section 7.11, recording time worked. Anna Francis.
I can kind of start a little bit from our side. So this item is specifically for exempt employees. So exempt employees are paid for working any portion of a day with some exceptions per the policy. So currently with our present time entry system, departments have to, of course, enter a W, which indicates that that employee worked that day. We have to convert that in then to 8 hours for payroll purposes, or 10 hours if that's their schedule. With the implementation of our new time entry system, we have to decide on how we want exempt employees to capture their days worked. And so that, of course, needs your approval. It has been recommended that we utilize an option that exempt employees have a preset schedule set up within the system, and then in order to capture whether that day was worked or not in any capacity, the employee would check in and out and say, yes, I did work this day. And then, of course, that would capture that they worked that portion. That practice, recording the day, is for payroll purposes. It does only serve to confirm that that employee is present and available. Doesn't alter anything about their exempt status, their overtime eligibility, salary payout, anything like that. We have had conversations with Human Resources, excuse me, and the county administrator, and we felt that that recommendation, I'm gonna make it through, that recommendation from the implementation consultant does seem to be the best method for us here at the county. And so that prompts the change in the policy that Anna has put together and has presented. And I'll let her speak.
From HR, we did review the time and attendance option, and it does seem to fit the needs of the county. And then HR just double checked that the exemption reporting was in line with handbook requirements for the wage and hour division as far as recording time for exempt employees, so that fits. And we also are recommending it because it's going to help us track family medical leave for employees in an exempt status. So it's going to provide that documentation that we need to provide should there ever be an audit, that we're showing that FML is being provided to exempt employees on an intermittent basis, when eligible or applicable.
Any questions?
How do they check in? How do they electronically check in?
It's just the push of a button on the module, the Tyler module, mobile app, whatever they choose.
If I've got a foreman that leaves straight from the house to go to work, how's he going to check in? He doesn't come to the office.
So that's where the mobile app comes into play. And, there would be instances where, if someone needs to wait.
We've talked about that before. If they don't, we're going to ask them to use their personal phones to check in.
For exempt staff, it's not going to affect the actual hours. So it's just a check. So if they have to wait until later on in the day to check in, as long as they're checking in and checking out, that's a day paid for that exempt
Is it going to
employee.
record that time they check in and check out? Though?
Yes, there's going to be reporting available.
But if they never go into if they go straight to work and then straight home from work, how, they would have to use their own personal phone.
Yes,
They
through
could, or their laptop, or.
They don't have laptops.
Yeah. It's kind of,
I mean, if you don't, I mean, right now, they're still saying they worked a day or not. We just, it's all by paper, it's all very manual, so just provides an audit trail, lets us know that, yes, someone has worked, they have verified and confirmed that they did work that day or any portion of that day.
but how are they doing it now?
On a paper timesheet.
That's up to departments, the records they keep.
Is there, I mean, I don't know, is there a problem with that, or why are we trying to change something or having to?
I think it's adding to, not changing.
No, that's
That
what
you
I
can
just
do
asked. Yeah.
both.
Yeah.
I realize there's some efficiency, but I'm not sure it's on our end. On the workers' end.
Right.
So right now, there's no record
Oh,
if
so
somebody,
there.
if somebody worked or not any day. If they're on FML, did they take FML time? There's nothing. We have a lot of people on grant funds, on working for different programs. So right now, all we're getting is just a W, and that's up to y'all. But they're being recorded as
Paper
working
is
8
signed.
hours.
Yeah, it's a government document when we sign the paper.
But lots of changes are happening before or after those people sign. So it's just a better, more transparent way of managing the information.
And Francis, I don't want to speak wrong, so please correct me, but I know some of the previous discussions on the timekeeping system where there may be some elected officials that opt to just do the paper timesheet and not participate.
Yes.
And so like in this instance, if Road and Bridge wanted to continue to do it the way they are functioning now with the paper timesheet, would that still be allowable? And then the other, the
They-
offices that are controlled by the court essentially. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, that's okay. I didn't mean to interrupt you. So yes, just like they do now, they have to enter it into time entry. So this is just our new time entry system. So yes, they would just enter in those days worked, at the end of the pay period all at one time.
Login option only applies to those who are wanting to use the time and attendance module.
A lot of employees have multiple exempt employees, and so having the ability to track who is working, who's available, scheduling, dividing tasks amongst the ones that are available. So that could be very beneficial to those departments that want to utilize that as well.
I support it because if you're a department head or if you're elected official and you don't want to participate that way, that's fine. But have the option it may be more convenient. And I think we've already went through that discussion about them using their personal phone. That's up to them. But I think that there's not, I don't think there's a problem if they're using their personal phone. We don't owe them anything for it. And they can do it the paper way. I mean, that's what I see. Just expand your ability to use technology that provides more information back to the people that are trying to sort this out and stand up for the county when they get challenged on audits and those kind of things.
So if it's approved, an elected official has the option to use it or not use it, is what you're saying? Yes or no?
Is that correct, Dustin?
Yes, that's the way I understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just a new time entry system. We already have a time entry system. It just has far more capabilities that departments can utilize.
Sure.
Yeah, I know when,
But to me, that the policy needs to state that we can use either one.
it says it's recommended and not, it doesn't say required.
I think we're good there.
Yeah, so that may cover that. But I know one of the things we talked about when we approved this system was we didn't want to create any more, or we didn't want it to become burdensome to any of the elected officials or their departments. And so my only question is, are we creating more
Right now, there's a huge burden with it being
hurdles to
manual.
jump?
So if it is,
Eliminate
they
it.
don't have to use it, but we still have to have the information. They have to hand enter it in.
But my own thought is we don't mind trying it, and if it's something that we're not comfortable with, we can go back. And is that correct?
That should be right. Yep.
Correct? So in other words, we can give it a go, and if it creates a situation that's not manageable for us, we can always back out then. Okay. I don't have a problem with that.
Okay. Once I quit using the dial-up phone, I never regretted it going to the next step.
So sorry.
I'll make a motion, we approve it. Is there a second? Second. Motion made, second, any other discussion? No other discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, pass.
All right, N4, this is a new item on the agenda. It's announcement of interest and or possible future agenda topics. This will be a standing item going forward. Reagan had attended a Commissioners Court workshop conference that had some best practices. We just thought it'd be prudent to add this. So this will be on the agenda in case y'all, anything you would like to announce going forward or to bring forward future agenda topics. We have nothing under item O this week. Under item P, McLennan County Downtown Jail remodel. P1 is regarding the construction manager at risk agreement with John Irwin. P1A is regarding the McLennan County Downtown Jail remodel agreement with Brinkley Sergeant Wigington, authorization of invoice number 36. This invoice totals $102,394.59, and it has been reviewed and is recommended for approval.
All right, any questions on that? All right. What's the pleasure of the court?
Motion to approve, Judge.
Second.
All right, I have a motion second, any other discussion? No other discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, pass.
All right, if we could go back to items G8 and H1. G8 regarding the industrial business grant agreement with Unconditional Love for investment in industrial real and personal property, authorization of revised assignment assumption, and consent to assignment of agreement by Hello Bello. And then H1 is the program project agreement regarding the same. So Chris?
Good morning.
Morning.
You have two items before you, both relating to Unconditional Love and Hello Bello Wellness. You'll recall that the Unconditional Love went through a bankruptcy in 2023 and requested to assign all of its existing incentive agreements to the new company ownership, Hello Bello Consumer Wellness LLC. The court did approve those assignments along with the Waco City Council. However, there was a mistake in those agreements that included the law firm's name as part of the assigned individuals. We needed to make that adjustment for both the business grant and the program project agreement. So that's what you have before you is essentially it's the same assignment minus the law firm's name as one of the assigned in the business grant and program project agreements.
Okay, questions? All right, is there a motion to approve the corrected agreement?
So moved.
Second.
Motion been made, second, any other discussion? No other discussion, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, pass.
And Judge, sorry, Ken has an update on item F5B, so we can go back to it.
Okay,
I believe where they bid the same amount as the pickup.
Yeah.
I believe they don't have a delivery service, and so they just messed up putting the number in the, so if I
Too
could.
bad, they better
just-
buy a truck now.
Yeah, no, I got you. And I'm sorry, I should have already.
Right. That's
checked
right.
on that.
Pickup truck will work.
Thank you.
Thank you for checking. Half ton will work fine.
Thank
small
you.
loads. Okay, thanks for the clarification.
Thank you, Ken.
You're welcome.
All right, Destin?
Judge, that should be all the action items. I know we needed to go into executive session on two things.
Yes. All
And
right,
so that would be, oh, sorry, go ahead, Judge.
no, go ahead.
Just going to say that would be under sections 551.072 and 551.087.
Yeah, under 551.072 regarding real property, and under 551.08 is regarding economic development. So, do y'all need a quick break? We're kind of running on tight.
No,
time.
no, we're good.
Some other things.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, all right. So at this time, let's go into executive session. All right, let's call the court back in order. All right, is anything else to come before the court? Did we get everything covered, Mercedes?
You did, Judge.
All right, nothing else, we stand adjourned.
I got to see John Conley.
Yeah.
Johnny Rodriguez.